It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, May 2nd, 2018. It is 7 a.m. and boy, do we have a gorgeous day in store.
It is
Arkansas
out
and
there.
Missouri. Storms on the way. I'm looking at the map right now, and so anyway.
Boy, do we have a beautiful day in store. Storms on the way.
I could use the rain. I just fertilized the front yard. I need a little water out there.
Oh, Lord.
Your beautiful day and mine apparently are two different things.
I could use the rain. Just a little bit, not a lot. Got to wet down that fertilizer.
With 60-mile-an-hour wind.
That's a $55 bag.
Fan it out there.
Where'd you get a Sam shirt?
Dale, come on, do your monologue. I was in a hurry this morning.
Apparently.
I just walk out the door and look down. Oops. No.
Boy, that goes back
I
about
did.
10 years.
I opened up the computer. I'm like, what is that? See, a fat man can't bend his neck very good and see what you're wearing.
Oh, welcome to Down on the Corner, where you never know what's going to happen during the monologue, but we do enjoy Brewed Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you. You heard Jacqueline say in the introduction. Balmer Boulevard, BRMC Lobby, 62 East Plaza, out by Anytime Fitness. Brewed Awakening Coffee. How's it today? Pretty good?
Oh, Dale, it's
I'll tell you, you
fantastic.
can't beat it. What's he drinking?
I got root beer.
You got a bar.
I got an old-fashioned bark.
You got an old sarsaparilla over there. Looky there.
Old-fashioned bark.
Did you get that out of the cooler down there at the restaurant?
You bet.
There you go.
It's the only place I know to get them.
I need to go get about a half a dozen Cokes out of there today. Put in the fridge. Anyway, Brewed Awakening Coffee is the best coffee in town. You don't believe me? Stop by, have a cup of coffee with us, and watch the show down here. Or run by any of the 3 locations. You're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water.
Or Barks root beer.
Or Barks Root Beer.
That's not so bad, though.
Probably
Better
pretty
than
good.
Pepsi, I guess.
Well, these days he'll join our ranks of drinking this.
Oh, as soon as he turns his head, I'm going to put a little splash of Brewed Awakening in that
Root
Barks. I don't think he'll notice.
That's cruel.
I'm great through the winter. I did good. But in the summertime, where you got the beautiful weather, I'm not a big coffee fan in the summer.
Oh, that's the best day.
Yeah.
Waking up with Brewed Awakening in your cup.
Mm-hmm.
Hear the birds chirping.
You
Sun
hear
coming up.
Valdez on his camel coming in with it.
The little mariachi band.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bringing you the morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes across the state, when the need arises, be sure it's Roller Funeral Homes, and they bend over backwards to ensure what you want and what you think your loved one deserves. So, you know, Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect across the state of Arkansas, is paused now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, with the news of confiscated Iranian documents and computer files, Lord, I pray that you will give wisdom to our leaders concerning the nuclear program of Iran. The leader of Israel has spoken clearly of this matter. Now the burden is on the United States, not only to defend Israel, but to keep nuclear weapons out of the hands of Islamic terrorists. Lord, we beg for wisdom. I pray you protect our country, our allies, and Israel. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Yeah.
Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas bring morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. The weather brought to you by Gregg Farm Services, on the farm, around the home, and in the community. Gregg Farm Services, Mountain Home in Midway. And be sure to check out their store specials. You can see all the great ideas for Mother's Day gifts. Women's shoes, 15% off. They got tees and jeans, 15% off. Check out the traditional skillets, specialty pans, and lodge accessories for 10% off. Hanging baskets, chime bells, and so much more. So you need to go by Gregg's Farm Services, both in Mountain Home and the Midway store.
Have you ever heard of that straw bale gardening?
Straw bale gardening.
Yeah.
No.
I've seen a lot of people. In fact, there's a couple of Yankees I saw tournament or showed it. But you take your bales and you just put your veggies in there and just water the straw bale.
Okay, take your word for it.
That's what I say.
Did it work?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Check out the garden cart, 800-pound capacity for $79.99. It's $20 off. Tomato cages, pest off bird feeders, and this will probably be a useful item, wasp hornet spray for just $2.99. All
Hey,
kinds of great.
they're already out.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All kinds of great things. Whole list of current specials right here, so be sure to go to gregsfarmservices.com and check them out. Greg Farm Services, be sure to check out your need for outdoor power equipment, the Cub Cadet, the X-Mark, the Husqvarnas. Feed Store, 870-481-5165 at Midway. Power Shop in Midway, 870-481-5226. Power Shop 2 in Mountain Home, 870-701-5171. Morning weather brought to you by Greg Farm Services. We currently have, let's go ahead and pull this up. I want to show this before I hit the temperatures. Can we get that grid on there? This is the potential of the storms, and they're saying this is Wednesday during the day. Now, that will move, of course, across the state. Kansas City has already had some pretty severe weather in that area. They had a pretty sizable tornado just over there in Kansas last night that somebody had posted. I think Mary Matthews put that on from Weather Nation. And so this is the potential from Chicago to Des Moines, Kansas City, Wichita, Springfield, Oklahoma City, all the way down to Wichita Falls, San Angelo, and Dallas, Texas, all the way down to San Antonio. And of course, we could probably expect that to move through, I think, tonight or in the morning. Anyway, temperature-wise, we're at 64 degrees in Mount Home, 66 at Harrison, 64 at Hardy, 59 in Mountain View, 63 at Yellville. Marshall checks in at 59, while Calico Rock's at 64 around the region. St. Louis at 66, Poplar Bluff, 150 miles south of St. Louis, is at 63 degrees, 66 at Branson, 67 West Plains, and it's finally spring in North Dakota where it's 45 degrees in Watford City, North Dakota. Now I'm going to click this little spot up here. This is probably around the Quad Cities area, just south of there. This is all I'm really picking up within our region on the radar. This is north of St. Louis, just south of Macomb, Illinois. Really nothing severe there. So I'm not really picking up a lot. That's all I'm picking up here. The National Radar showing just very minor amounts of precipitation right now. Let me refresh that. Maybe I got an error here. Nope, it refreshed back. Anyway, looks
all
like
clear in Mexico.
It is. That's a good thing, I reckon. Yeah. Wouldn't want to get them drugs down there, would we?
No.
That's terrible. That'd be terrible. I mean,
It could ruin it.
oh my goodness. 62, 412 east-west across the northern part of the state is clear. Your interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, 555 all clear at this time. Highway 63 around Jonesboro, 67 north-south, Little Rock, Poplar Bluff in good shape.
You know that's where the Mexico gets their baseball team funding that Jerry keeps talking about.
Yeah, I go straight to St. Louis.
No. That's Clydesdale money. That's Budweiser money. You need to buy more Budweiser.
You should read the roster sometime.
Doesn't matter where they come from. It's who pays the bill. A little bit of shower activity out there on I-70 around Marshall, Missouri, just west of Columbia. Just not a lot going on right now precipitation-wise. But it will be coming through later on. You can feel the dampness. The dew points have come up. So
Yeah, with the
tis
heat coming, the
finally
humidity.
spring in
Do you
Marshall.
actually have the forecast? Or
Well, you want to look at the forecast?
you don't hardly ever like to look at what's coming, just what's right now. Huh?
I told
Well,
you.
he
I was.
said that big old storm's
yeah.
coming. So.
There it is.
Yeah.
Here's the severe weather outlook for Thursday, May 3rd. As you can see there, Mountain Home is in that for a slight chance and marginal chance there. So we take that into consideration. Okay, we'll click on Baxter County right here. Tonight, 40% chance of thunder showers. Tomorrow morning, 60% chance. It continues to Thursday night at 60% chance. Friday, 40% chance. But look at these temperatures. High of 83 today, a high of 79 on Thursday, high of 80 on Friday. Saturday, mostly sunny, 77 degrees, while Sunday will be 82 and Sunday. Great weekend ahead.
See, there you go. Give us
Ta-da,
something to look forward to.
But I need rain. That just, when you put $55 worth of fertilizer on the front yard, you want it to work.
I don't care. I have chickens,
Oh, there
man.
you go. Yeah.
I don't use all that petroleum-based fertilizer.
Yeah. You're right. Can I borrow chicken?
Did you just say you're right?
Wait a minute. I got to write. Can you say
Roll that
Wait,
tape back, Scooter.
Shocked him, didn't
do I got this?
Wait a minute. Did you say I was right? You're not right that often.
I don't hear it from you anyway.
What do you got, community calendar?
Well, what do you want? We got all kinds of stuff, man. Here's the big one going on tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Man, is it Thursday tomorrow?
Tomorrow's the 3rd.
My gosh, May 3rd at 5:30, Baxter County Fairgrounds. There's going to be a dinner, auctions, raffle, family fun while supporting shooting sports and ensuring the survival of the Second Amendment traditions for generations to come. Come on out and join the Mountain Home White River chapter of the Friends of the NRA. And how this thing works, you go out there and you buy a seat, and they give you a little ticket, and then if your ticket gets drawn, you get to go pick out
Yeah.
nice little piece of hardware there. Or you can buy a whole table, and you can choose one. But these events, they give away a lot of hardware there.
And these tickets go fast.
And it's for a good cause. I mean, you're buying like 4-H shooting clubs. This is what kind of keeps them going right here. They keep stocking their ammunition. But if you want to get a hold of Doug Gregg at 405-3569 or Bo 404-0213 over at the White River Firearms, either one of them can get you a ticket for the event. So that's going to be a packed house. In fact, Mickey was on here yesterday. Said that he's got a whole table.
Yeah, bought a whole table. Yeah. While you're looking for more things, This Is My Father's World. Come celebrate the gift of music with the Sky Meadow Youth Orchestra Tuesday, May 22nd at 6:30 at Dunbar Auditorium on Bomber Boulevard. You can check them out at Facebook, Sky Meadow Fine Arts. Be sure to bring a friend. And I think that we have this group scheduled for the 17th. I think we're going to be able to hear part of this. I'm going to check the Google Calendar.
All right, well, you're on May 22nd. I'm going to
Go
do
ahead.
Cinco de Mayo.
He's singing his knife in the mayonnaise again.
Don't forget grand opening Saturday, Cinco de Mayo at the DHF Archery Range in Bull Shoals. And I'm telling you, I went out there and kind of saw the construction of the place. This is a state-of-the-art facility.
Oh, it is, yeah.
But May 5th, you're going to have free food all day long, and you can come out and watch a tournament. And the first tournament is some pretty best of the best shooters. They're coming in from New York, Pennsylvania, Nebraska, all over the country. But you're going to see top-of-the-line shooters in this first event. This is one of them where you kind of want to watch and you don't want to participate, or you will get embarrassed, because these people can hit a quarter at about 50 yards and just kill it. So it's going to be a heck of a show there. Again, DHF Archery out in Bull Shoals. And see, when I click my tab, everything goes white. Okay, May 3rd. Tomorrow, the Mountain Home High School Band is going to have a concert.
Well, that'll be good.
At 7 p.m. It's the last one of the year.
School year's winding down.
Sure is.
Yeah.
End of the month, it's over. Here's another Cinco de Mayo event. Car show at the Tech Center, ASU Mountain Home, 9 a.m. Just going to be a lot of cars and good times out there.
All right.
Awesome.
And I got about 50 more, but I'll just shut it down there because I want people to remember the Friends of the NRA tomorrow.
Yep.
And the big grand opening for DHF Archery on Cinco de Mayo.
Sounds good. 12:14. Need to take a break. The mayor and Mountain Home Fire Department chief's with us today, so stick around. We're going to be right back.
12.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
You already know that Ferris mowers are the only mowers on the market with a patented spring suspension system, saving you time in the seat, less back stress, and a professional even cut every time. You already know that Mower Warehouse is the only area dealership that will accept your mower trade-in. But did you know that a truckload of discounted 2017 models just arrived at Mower Warehouse, allowing you the pleasure of saving hundreds of dollars on your next mower purchase of a new Ferris or Simplicity zero-turn machine? Come check out the parking lot sale at Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
$7:16. Did I say 12:14 before, Jerry? Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, it's 7 o'clock, not noon. We want to welcome our mayor. We're so proud of our mayor. He's done a fine job leading the city of Mountain Home, and our fire chief, Ken Williams. You remember a month ago we were here, and just as we sat down, the chief got a call, and you had a structure fire.
We did.
Yeah, had to go handle it. Pull that microphone up a little bit closer. I didn't notice that mic, so yeah, just grab it. There you go. So, duty calls.
And it could happen again.
So
when the bell rings, we
gotta go. Yeah. And so, I'll tell you what, you look at our police department, the fire department, the city parks, the city maintenance, street department. We've got things good.
There's a lot going on right now,
We've
Dale.
got some good things.
And it's good to be here. Thank you all for the invite. But if you look out, green, it's green everywhere, and that means grass is growing, and our parks are, we got a lot of acreage out there. And if you look at all the parks that we've got to mow and to weed eat and maintain, try to keep clean, our cup is full right now with mowing for sure.
I can imagine.
The more it rains, of course, and it sounds like sitting over in the audience and listening to you guys as you was doing your show here.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really interesting to sit on the sidelines and hear the comments and to
camaraderie.
Yeah, enjoy it. And it, down on the corner is it's laid back, but it's a great opportunity.
And to poke fun back and forth. We want people, early morning, they may have it on, they may just be listening, but if you get a chuckle or two out of it, that makes it fun.
Well, you know what, and
put a smile on somebody's face.
Those chuckles or laughing is healthy.
Yeah.
And we need to do more of it.
Yeah.
Especially in the climate that we're living in, and we just need to be very thankful and very appreciative of what we have here in the Ozark Mountains, and that clean air is part of it.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, we've got I heard you talking about, I believe, birds earlier, or the Orioles.
Yeah.
Are in town.
I saw
They're
one
here.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Huh?
I had one on my feeders yesterday.
Did you?
Oh gosh, they're beautiful, man.
They are. Was in Harrison last Friday. Met my uncle and aunt. They live down around Russellville. Said, "Why don't we meet over at Neighbors Mill Harrison?" Great. So we had lunch together. Says, "You know what? I had my yard down in Baltimore Oriole." And all of a sudden, Facebook has been lit up with northern Arkansas and west central Arkansas with Baltimore Orioles coming in.
Well, and you know what? It sounds like that they love to eat fruit and peanut butter.
Grape jelly.
Yeah. They kind of,
Makes me sound like a Baltimore Oriole.
Some oranges too.
Yeah.
It sounds like that.
I like peanut butter.
The ball players are here, but it's really the birds. But
speaking of jelly, Mayor.
I already hit him up, Dad.
You know what?
Let me tell you what. The Mayor makes the best jelly. I don't care what flavor.
Well,
it is the best.
And they go really good on his world famous fried biscuit.
Oh, man.
Well, now you need to give Mary Ann a little credit.
Yeah, the mayor is not taking all that credit for sure. I know I'm smart enough to know
who in the doghouse
who gets the job done. But we actually bought some strawberries yesterday from down in the kind of Ball Knob area.
Yeah, uh-huh.
A friend went down and he asked and brought back a big 8-quart pack.
Man.
It's they're beautiful berries. We haven't tried them yet, but we will be making some more jam. And of course, we make a lot of blackberry jam when
good. It's good.
Actually go pick those blackberries, and that keeps the cost down on making the jam.
Have you ever made elderberry?
I've never made no.
I love elderberry. Yeah, my grandmother used to do elderberry. It's really good.
Well, there's so many good recipes out there but what we make is frozen, and the fruit has never been cooked in it, and that kind of makes the difference. But you still have to keep it frozen or refrigerated, and but it turns out we'll seine up some and bring out some.
There you go.
I was going to say, when it's blackberry season, if you see the mayor's hands picking those blackberries, all scarred up and scratched up, and they're
Boy,
purple.
they'll eat you up, won't they?
He it's a love to do that, to mess his hands up as bad as he does. So
I don't mind picking blackberries, and I these are not the thornless kind. These are the wild blackberries, and but I did it growing up, and I don't know. I just a lot of people, but I love the sun. I love being out in the heat and the sun. I think the sun is that vitamin D we get.
It's healthy.
I think it's healthy.
You bet.
You bet. Well, we got but take a look for those Orioles and got any extra peanut butter or jam or jelly out there? See if they like it.
They are pretty birds.
They are. They're beautiful. Yeah. We got some things happening, but it's we're sitting here drinking this Rude Awakening coffee, and I just got a refill on it. Appreciate the coffee and the sponsors.
You won't have to drive back to the mayor's office. You just run.
I may do that. We've got, of course, the 9th, May the 9th, coming up next week at 12 noon. We have the opening of the State 1A baseball tournament, and it's going to actually start at noon. It will be at 3 fields. It'll be at McLean Park. It'll be at Cooper and Crystal Vallette. We're going to have 3 fields working at the same time. And, this is I believe 40 teams coming to Mountain Home.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. Wow. There you
That's
go.
a lot of ball players and a lot of support people that will be here, families and, parents and grandparents, and so it's going to be a really he'll start on the 9th, and will end on Saturday. So we've got 4 days, basically 4 days of just good baseball here. And
when I was driving in this morning, I wanted to mention this. I came by Holiday Inn Express in Hampton Inn, just down here. They're just almost full down here. What's in town right now?
Well, there's so much going on, and there's things that I don't know about, and probably none of us know about. We find out later there was a meeting here, a meeting there, different things happening, but these tournaments, and that's the parks people are in preparation. I talked to Billy yesterday, and they're mowing. We're utilizing prisoners actually out of the Calico Rock prison.
Oh, good. Yeah.
That come up, and we work them on a daily basis. And
I tell you what, I got to compliment y'all again. You know, what Billy D does to bring these things in, working with the other organizations, but the maintenance on these parks. I mean, when you guys weed eat, you don't miss a weed. It's pristine. You know, you walk around. I mean, go to Washington D.C. and look at how pristine it is there. You guys, I've met y'all almost blade of grass to blade of grass for how well you maintain these parks.
Well, our people do a good job, and you know, that's people's first impression.
It
means
is
a whole lot when we get visitors in town. When they drive into town, the first impression is very important.
Well, Bob Rechtenwald and I were doing a Lady Bomber softball game, and I forget what team it was, and we had to have some information brought from the visiting bench, and they come in the press box and says, boy, these facilities, you know, like, wow. You know, because some of the outlying areas don't have it as well as we've got it, you know, but
well,
it says a lot for our folks.
The Cooper, Lester Field, and the everything got a new paint job out there.
Oh, wow.
It's changed colors, I believe, there at Cooper. But, you know, our parks are well used. Not only, we're talking about baseball now, but, you know, a lot of activities going on in the parks, and things that are lined up to happen. And soccer, I just heard our girls beat Jonesboro, I believe, last night in Jonesboro, and so there's lots of just different things. You know, it's a combination of different things. But we got Chief Ken Williams with us with the fire department, and they've been busy. And Chief, you want to
let's do this. It's 26 after. Let's go ahead and take that 30 break. That way, give us plenty of time for the chief to talk with no interruptions. Want to do that? Be right back. Going to take a commercial break. Be back with Chief Williams right after this, and the mayor. Be right back.
More than just propane, Reeves Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reeves Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances, and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reeves Propane. We greatly appreciate your business, and God bless.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Hi.
7:29, we're back. Gives us plenty of time to continue talking with our mayor, Joe Dillard, and Chief of the Fire Chief, Mountain Fire Department, Ken Williams. Gentlemen, it's all yours.
Chief, take it away.
Well, we're talking about how busy we've been. This year it seems like every year our run numbers, our incidents, they climb. The police chief and I, Corey Manuel, were talking about this just recently. How 2018's just been seems like a very busy year. We're already 200 more calls over what we were this time last year, and every year, you know, our run numbers go up. Primarily, our largest number of incidents are related to EMS calls. You know, we help the hospital quite a lot on medical calls. You know, they have the paramedic service. We're EMTs. So we're basically assisting them. So anything that's life-threatening, you're going to see a fire department vehicle there as well.
Hmm.
We used to run engines primarily at our main station, where we run about 80% of the calls. We use it's a Dodge Durango. I know you're a Dodge man. You probably appreciate that.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But anyway, we use a Dodge Durango because it's just more economical, you know, and we can haul what we need to haul in it.
So when you assist, well, say it's a heart attack, do you still have to go out on that type
Sure.
of, do you?
Anything that's life-threatening,
Really?
we call it ABCs, airway, breathing, circulation, but there's a number of symptoms that you know, could be life-threatening symptoms. Sometimes we get there and it's not that big of an event, but you know, when you get the initial call, you know, the symptoms may be something that could lead to stroke or heart attack. So we respond. You know, we don't want to take no chances with someone's life. You know, so we run on anything that is life-threatening.
So when you use the initials EMT, what are those? What's it?
Emergency medical technician.
Technician.
Our guys are basic EMTs.
Is that like a first responder in a medical?
It's a step up. It's a step above first responder. EMT is licensed. You have to have an actual license to be an EMT.
So you could administer CPR.
Yes.
Probably oxygen.
We can do oxygen. We of course CPR. That's part of. That's
Right.
another requirement that goes along with EMT. All our guys are AED certified, automatic defibrillator. They train on that several times during the year, but they actually recertify every year for the AED and the CPR. You know, most CPRs is a 2-year certification. Our guys have to do it every year because of the AED that they have along with the CPR certification. But like I was saying, that's primarily what our 80% of our calls is EMS, medical related. The fire calls is what is we've seen pick up on fire calls and the EMT calls both. So we're just busy. A lot of runs, you know, not only with the emergency calls, but have you heard of ISO, Insurance Service Office?
Yeah.
Okay, that's ISO is a independent agency that the insurance service companies hire to go out and rate the fire departments, rate the water departments, rate the
Put it this way, if you had an ISO of 10, you don't want to live there.
Right.
Because your homeowner's insurance is going to be through the roof.
Right, and there are ISO ratings. It ranges from 1 to 10, 1 being the best, 10 being the worst. Mountain Home has a Class 3 rating.
I started to say you guys brought it down.
Which is very good. Now, it's been
like in the last 4 years, you brought it down 2
points. It's been a Class 3 since 98.
Those have been that long?
Yeah, 1998. So, you know, we have work to maintain that Class 3, and we're always working to try to get closer to that Class 2.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that has to be done to maintain that is we have to keep our equipment up in top shape. You know, the age of equipment has a factor on it. You know, recently or this last year, Mountain Home passed the public safety tax, and that is just going to go. I can't describe how big a help that's going to be to the Mountain Home
Well, when you
Fire
work to
Department.
reduce the price people pay for homeowners insurance, is going to be a reciprocal back to the taxpayer.
Sure. You know, every time we lower that rating, folks' insurance go down. So.
Okay, so I'm sitting here thinking, and when Travis was here, well, back in the day, we were doing radio, and Travis needed help talking about this tax. And I think you and the police chief were doing some radio with us and said, what's the population of Mount Lomas? Well, I think the sign says, what, 12,000 or 15,000? Says, no. What's the population today?
Right.
What's in the restaurants? What's at Walmart? What's at Home Depot? What's at Lowe's? What's at Carter's Jewel Chest? Or
Mountain Home School System.
Mountain Home Schools,
hospital,
ASU, the
lab.
library, the hospital. We could be 40, 45,000.
Sure.
And then July 4th or Memorial Day, Labor Day, you know, come in. Well, the ball teams are coming in next week.
Yeah, look what it is during the ASU fireworks, you know.
And so, you know, you have the budgeting for 12,000 people with a population of almost 50,000, give or take. And so, you know, it's just...
Well, you know, that puts a, you know, not only fire service, but police service and all the city services, you know, when you increase the population like that, it puts a tax on the service that the city provides.
Because when you get that call through the 911 center, oh, okay, what's your license plate? Oh, well, it's Wisconsin. I'm sorry, you have to have Arkansas license. You have to respond to everybody, whether it's Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois, Texas, whoever.
Yeah. Any visitor, citizen of City Mountain Home is going to get the same. They're all going to get the same protection.
Yeah. I have a friend comes down out of the St. Louis area. He says, every time I come down, I do something stupid. Wind up at BRMC. I said, keep coming. We love your money.
Yeah. But, you know, one of the things we're doing with those tax dollars right now is we have actually, this is, second day of May already. And all year we've been working on designing a new fire engine for Station 1. The engine we have down there is 15 years old already. It's a 2003.
But let's educate right here, because it's not necessarily how many miles or the age, how many hours of operation, because when you're en route and when you're at the scene, those engines, those pumps, and everything are running. So you could be at a structure fire for 5, 6, 7 hours, and that engine's sitting there clocking time on it.
Right. To give you an example of that, our old engine 4, I think it's a 90-something model. I can't remember exactly what year it is, but we've already had to put an engine in it, and it's probably showing 30,000 miles on the odometer. But when you look at the hours and convert that, it's 300,000 miles, you know, on the engine, because of all the run time. You know, when you got those things in pump gear, they're not just sitting there idling. They're running.
What's our RPMs in pump gear? 2,500?
You know, I knew you was going to ask me that, but I don't really know what it is. You know, they're diesel engines, so it's going to be a lower RPM than it would be on a gas motor. You know. But it is a lot of RPM, so they get a lot of wear and tear on them just, you know, every time that they're in pump gear. And that, you know, that may not be at a fire necessarily. It could be training. It can be pump testing. When we're pump test, we're required by ISO to pump test all of our fire pumps every year, and we do that about in October. There's a lot of things we do throughout the year, but the last thing we do for the year is pump test our engines, our pumps. Those things, when they're running during pump testing, you wonder if they're going to blow up. But you know, it's just one.
So you're
there's different stages you testing in that.
Pushing the limit on them.
Yeah,
so
you're pushing the limit on them. But even our oldest trucks test to the factory specs every year. You know, and that's a testament to one thing, our clean water. The other thing is, you know, we keep everything in tip-top shape, because we'll have an engine sometimes, well, we've got them that's over 30 years old, you know, so we have to keep them in the best condition possible.
I've heard in past weeks, years, months, whatever, that you've actually had to go to salvage yards to find parts on some items.
Some of the stuff is
and there's no problem with that. I'm a salvage yard guru. I love salvage yards, you know.
You know, but you know, that is one of the things that the new tax will help, is we can at least keep our engines in the 20-year range, you know, instead of having stuff that's 30 and 35 years old. You know, when it starts getting that old, and you know, you've got guys on the end of the fire hose and they're in a burning structure, you know, you don't have the greatest confidence in that engine you know,
men's lives are at stake here
on it. You know, that's putting lives in danger.
Now,
so.
your big fire trucks, are they like a General Motors chassis? Would be a common chassis from General Motors, perhaps?
You know, that's another thing I'm not too up on as far as the style check. These are custom cabs.
Really?
You know, the ones we're ordering have Cummins diesel motors in them. And as far as what the chassis is, I don't know if it's like international or
maybe
it wouldn't be international.
Could be.
I'm not really sure how that.
I'm just thinking along the parts. Seem like with General Motors, it'd be easier to find more common parts.
The problem we're having is all these new fire trucks nowadays are long. You know, and we're in a building that was built in the middle 70s when fire trucks wasn't very big. You know, they were single cab. You know, they held two people.
Yeah.
And now trucks are 35 feet long. You know, our bays are 60 feet. And we need to get a truck in front and a truck in behind. So we're dealing with, you know, trying to get these things shortened up and still be able to haul 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
So that's been a challenge on this new engine. The new one we're getting in is going to be 32.5 feet long. And everything's, I don't know if you've been down at Station 1, but everything's tight. You know, we have a lot of equipment.
It's been a
in
while.
there. You know, and people don't realize, you know, City of Mountain Home Fire Department is there to cover the city. Mountain Home Rural Fire Protection District is an area of about a 5-mile radius that surrounds Mountain Home. That Mountain Home Rural Fire Protection District doesn't have a fire department. So what they do is they contract with the city of Mountain Home, and we provide the fire service. And we've been doing that. I've been there 33 years almost, and we've always protected the 5-mile radius around Mountain Home. But with that, we have to have in-town equipment, and we have to have out-of-town equipment. So it fills our fire bay up. You know, we have 3 bays. They're 60 feet deep, and there's enough trucks in there really for 2 fire stations, you know. But it's so we can cover the city and we can do our responsibility with the rural district.
But now with, you know, there's going to be growth. It may not be as fast as we've seen in past years, but let's say within the next 5, 10, 15 years, that population sign goes to 20,000. The fire and police departments have to grow with the city. And I know the mayor's finishing up his term of service here because he's wanting to retire and enjoy family time and things like that. And so we'll have another mayor come up in January. So my question is, what do you see in the next 5, 10, 15 years for you're going to have another fire station somewhere. If you had to pick or choose now, where would you guess that other firehouse if a 2-3 bay?
If we, you know, if the city council or whomever comes up and says we need to get a 3rd manned station, we have 3 stations now. One of them is unmanned. It's out on County Road 27. And that one benefits the rural district more than it does the city.
Is that out by Gerald Partey's house?
It's on that road.
On that road,
yeah. Turn right there by J&L. J&L Convenience, but Harold's Welding. But Carlisle Highlands is, well, let me just back up. Engine companies are set up based on a 1.5-mile radius. Ladder companies are 2.5-mile radius. So you take a map of the city and you plot your stations, and you draw out 1.5 miles and then draw a circle, and then you go to your next station, do a 1.5 mile radius, draw your circle. Those circles should interconnect, and anywhere that your city limits is not covered within that circle, you need another fire station.
So I'm
according to ISO.
West,
now this is for ISO purposes. This is also to get you within your response time, which is 7 minutes, I think, in a city. You know, all of that is configured in that, and there's actually people you can hire to come in and do a station placement assessment. To where you need a fire station at. But if I had to pick an area right now, we've talked about this quite a lot, with our staff meetings, would probably be down at the end of Rossi Road and 5 South. And that's going to get Carlisle Highlands and all of that area around there. Carlisle Highlands is one of those areas that's not within that 1.5 miles. So another area we don't have within that 1.5 miles is Big Creek.
See, that's what I would say. I would guess the west end. As you know, you got the parks going out there, and you got Harps out there.
Well,
but then you got downtown station though, so that's pretty. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you know, the downtown station is that's just a really good location. We've got exit anywhere we want to go. I mean, north, out, south, east, or west. I feel like it's the best location, you know, for our city the way it's set up right now. You know, out east, it looks like we're going out east. You know, I'd say if the city's going to expand, it's going to go east. It just, you know, since Walmart went out that way, it seems like that's where the area is building up at. And that's just my personal opinion. The problem is out east is wherever you put a station at, you know, can you imagine getting out on Highway 62 at lunchtime?
Well, no, I'd be down at Scooter's Restaurant at Old Time. I hear the sirens go off, about scare me to death. You just across the street.
You know, that's just one of those things. You know, all that has to be looked at when you know, in your station placement is your egress. You know, getting out and being able to go any direction.
One quick question, then I want to go to break here. It's coming up on 7:46. How many tax dollars could we save if we weren't stupid and careless when we burn in a wind? I mean, I've seen. There's a structure fire in Jerry's neighborhood about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and there's just several things that I've seen that I've witnessed. I thought, man, it's windy and you're out there burning. You know, don't be stupid. You know.
Well, you know, in some people's defense, you know, when they plan these things, you know, the wind's not blowing, but they don't. You know, apparently, folks is not looking at the forecast maybe for evening hours or whatever, but it never fails. Someone wants to burn whatever, and here comes the wind, and next thing you know, we've got a large grass fire or a structure fire. We went on a structure fire here recently that was caused by, you know, burning leaves and you know, wind and this and that. I mean, it can happen. It's happened lots of times, you know, over the career. But, you know, I would say if you're going to burn, look at the weather forecast. If the wind's going to be more than 5 miles an hour, don't burn. Pick a different day.
Don't burn.
You know, a lot of times, you know, I work. We all work for a living, and you know, you got evening time when you get home, or you got the weekend, and a lot of times the weather don't cooperate with your plans. But you know, when you're dealing with fire's very destructive, and it don't care who you are. So you've got to really be careful and plan it around the wind, the weather. You know, all that.
You bet. 7:47, time for break. Scooter?
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys, and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
All Alzheimer's Arkansas announces their 2018 Mountain Home Hope for the Future on Friday, May 18th, 2018 at Christ Community Church at 759 Highway 62 in Mountain Home, Arkansas from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Free for family and friend caregivers, free financial support available for respite care, and free breakfast and lunch provided. For more information, you can call Alzheimer's Arkansas at 501-224-0021 or visit them at www.alzark.org/hope for the future. With a large It is 7:50 on this Wednesday morning. Beautiful weather outside. Visiting with our mayor, Joe Dillard, and Fire Chief Ken Williams. And we got about 9 minutes to finish up. Gentlemen, what do we need to cover?
Well, Dale, I think as we was going into break, the chief was talking about, I don't think people really realize how much training and preparation and on a daily basis goes on with the fire department in order to. And you walk down in their bay, you could eat off the floor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, lots and lots of education goes on there. Lots of groups coming through looking at and.
Well, the mentality of people like me, when we call, there's this comic, and this guy's panicking because his house is on fire, and he says, "What do you mean? How do you get there? Don't you have those big red trucks anymore?" But the depth of knowledge is what you're talking about here, because I guarantee you, Ken could come up with 5 points that we've never heard of they look at on a daily basis.
Well, it goes way beyond just the fire trucks. I mean, but the and testing the hydrants and working with the ISO and it's lots of components there that make up a good fire department.
That's one of the things I kind of wanted to mention. We have different things we do throughout the year outside of our regular training we have to do every day, and keeping the trucks clean and doing the emergency calls and all that. But one of the things is pre-plans. We go to every commercial building in the city every year, and we update our pre-fire plan information. And what that is we're going and getting the size of the building, what the material is, what is it made of, how quick is it going to burn, who do we contact in case of an emergency, where their electrical shutoffs at, where their gas shut off, is there any overhead hazards, like electrical wires, all these things that we need to know in a fire situation. Gallons per minute's available for us from a hydrant. And speaking of hydrants, right now the guys are actively going out and they're testing the fire hydrants. What we do is we turn them on and make sure that they work, and we have pitot gauges, and we check the gallons per minute that's flowing out of those. We check we get a static reading, which is the water at rest, and then we get a flow pressure, and we get a residual pressure. The flow pressure lets us know what's available. The residual lets us know what's left over, so we can go to another fire hydrant that's on that same main and get more water if we need it. But we have to do that every year. So if the guys are out and they're testing hydrants and they happen to make a mess in a yard, or maybe they might blow out some gravel in the road or something like that, and someone sees that, maybe the guys missed it, let us know. We'll come back and clean their mess up. The other day they were out doing hydrants, and it was a real tight right hand turn, and I guess they met someone on the road, so they had to kind of get off the road a little bit, or it was going to be an accident. And the dual wheels on the rear of the engine got off in the guy's yard, and it made some really deep ruts. And of course we don't have a way to fix that, so I got a hold of Alma, our water superintendent, and they went over there and fixed it right now, just immediately. And the citizen was real happy. And it happens occasionally. We'll make a mess, but unfortunately, it's one of those things we have to do every year. Is check
if you
these
just
fire
get
hydrants.
dual rear wheels ruts in somebody's yard,
yeah.
Well, if we mess up, we'll clean up.
We're still breathing. We're still alive.
Right, exactly. We can fix those kind of problems as long as we can keep people safe and provide good services. We'll have problems, and that's just part of it. But I just compliment our fire department, and actually all of our departments. I think they do a good job, and I think it's opportune time again to thank the voters for voting in the 3/8 of a cent sales tax.
You know, it's going to come around and save people a lot of money.
It's going to pay big
It is,
dividends, and you know, I think it's an investment. Really, if we look at it in the sense that, and as Chief was talking, and we're responding to pretty much every wreck inside the city limits is a fire department may be the first ones there, or they'll be close. So the people that's coming using our services, they're helping to pay the 3/8 of a cent tax. So I think it's fair, and we got a couple of other things we want to talk about a little bit. We got the block party actually starting a week from Friday. It'll be it's on the square, on the east side of the square. It's kind of set up in front of the old time restaurant there, but it's last year it was a great success, and we think it'll be a Ron Shire, who is the person that's coordinating all this, has got a good schedule together. He's got good sponsors, good vendors, and I think hopefully we can just pick up right where we left off last year and push this thing forward. Several hundred people coming and spending the time there. So encourage everybody to put that on their calendar, bring their lawn chairs, and come out and just have a good
Fun time.
It's just laid back, and it's a great time to bring family out and enjoy.
Yep.
I think the farmers market is open now on Wednesdays since we're into May. I think it's going to be opening on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And again, that's
they were down there last Saturday. Went down for breakfast at Old Time, and boy, I tell you what, it's fun to see Saturday morning square packed out.
Well, you know what? It draws a big crowd out, and what an opportunity for people that can't raise a garden to come out and buy locally grown good vegetables and produce and to visit. You see a lot of visiting going on. Our city swimming pool will open before our next first Wednesday, so that will open on Memorial Day at 12 o'clock, and we've got a great pool and great opportunity there for people to come out and again bring the family out and
well, me and Jerry can't. We'd cause a flood. We'd flood the park.
You know what? If you and Jerry will come out there, we will have some cameras ready to
might be a draw
to observe here. You just let us know ahead of time.
You'd have Spring Street flooded out there.
Call the fire department to fill it up again.
Well, you know,
we get a lot of calls for that.
And
you got to be kidding me. Oh, God.
And just to let people know, we have hopefully in our budget to run the pool from Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Good.
There may be circumstances that would prevent this. I know last year we had a major leak in the pool.
I remember that.
You remember that, and it was not budgeted for, but it cost $22,000 to repair the pool. You know, those things are not easy to repair, and they're not certainly not cheap. And you've got to get professional people in that. We do all the digging and all the labor that we can, but then we've got to get people in that really know what they're doing and take care of it. But are we getting close here?
Final minute.
Final minute.
Final minute or so.
Well,
we'll stretch a little bit.
I just
we appreciate your service, and I know you're not running for re-election, but you've done an outstanding job in leading Mountain Home, and and you're going to be missed. Let me tell you.
Well, thank you. It's been and is a great honor to serve as mayor, and to Mountain Home is the, in my opinion, is the outstanding town in the state of Arkansas, and actually in our country. If you look at all the different things that we have here to to attract people to the quality of life that we have, the clean environment that we have, and we've got it all really. And so this is an election year, and the city filings will actually happen, I think, the last 2 weeks in July and the first week in August. and the elections will be in November at the general election. But it's going to be an interesting year at all levels. Lots of candidates out there, lots of good people running and looking, and
we just want to continue the good leadership that you've exemplified over the last several years, and just keep moving forward.
Well, you know, the city is only as good as its employees, and I pass any compliments back to our employees, to our department heads, our chiefs, department heads, and we've got good employees, and that's what makes a good city.
And with that, we'll tell you goodbye. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks to the mayor and Chief Williams for being here. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.